Hey guys, Chris with Fort Park Property Management here. A little subject I wanted to talk to you about today: Strata agent burnout, Strata agent turnover. So there's a lot if you've been on a Strata council or you've worked for a Strata. There's a lot of turnover amongst the Strata agents in particular. And why is that? I mean, it's a pretty high-paying job, very stable. There's a lot of perks to it. But there is a downside to it, of course, and I'm going to talk to you today about what that is and why exactly we see a lot of Strata agents simply fizzle out, burn out, and quit the industry, and it happens all the time, unfortunately. Number one is volume. So it's a volume game, and as a Strata agent, you're going to be managing a lot of buildings and a lot of units. It's not uncommon for a Strata agent to have 20 buildings and 1,000 units under management. Some have 1,500 units. That's a lot. Even if 1% of those are calling you on a daily basis, that's a huge amount of calls and emails. Number two is email volume. Not uncommon, especially on a Monday or after a long weekend, to come in, open your inbox, and you've got 300 or 400 emails. Very common. That's a lot. You can't even answer all those in a day, let alone get anything else done. So just the volume, what ends up happening, trying to keep up with the volume, you end up working long hours, weekends, evenings, and you just get sick of it. It doesn't matter how good the money is. So we see this all the time. Another thing is owner abuse. So a lot of owners, for whatever reason, they think they can abuse their Strata agent. It does happen. It can be very, very negative. It can have a very negative impact on the agent when that does happen. So owner abuse is another thing. Lack of education out there. I think Strata councils, I shouldn't say councils, but owners don't necessarily understand that most Strata agents are a portfolio agent. They're not dedicated to their building. They have another 15, 10, 20 buildings, whatever it might be, and they have to split their time accordingly. Maybe they can only do 2 or 3 hours a week for that particular building, and the expectation management is another thing. You have to make sure the expectations, owners understand they're only getting a certain amount of hours every week. They're not getting your undivided attention. And I don't think owners understand that. They don't understand why it takes a week for somebody to get back to them. So these are all some of the reasons. Evening meetings are another big one. If you're doing, managing 10 large buildings, each that need 12 meetings per year, it can be 120 meetings. That means 2.5 per week, every night of your life, every week of your life, 2.5 meetings, some 3, sometimes 2. All the minutes, the agendas that go into that's evenings, time away from your family, and things like that. So it's a great career. Strata agents, I encourage you to get into the industry, but there is a downside to it. Make sure that you're not getting burnt out. That's the number one thing. We see people get in and they leave the industry because they just don't realize the volume of work. And just make sure that whatever position you're taking on is manageable, right? Don't be doing too many evening meetings. Try and get them in the daytime. There's lots of things you can do. If not, you're probably not going to last too long in this business.